Hello everyone. Hello. Am I audible? You can ask me questions if you have any. There is some issue in my webcam, so I cannot open my webcam as of now. Do you guys have any questions regarding my course which I have launched? Yes, we can ask general questions about data engineering. Can we move data from SAP to? Yes, we can do that. Can we move data from SAP to Databricks using ADF? No, this is not a direct connector we have. So first, what you have to do, you have to take your data from SAP to a data lake or some different data warehouse if you have any. Then from there you can, mount the data, mount your connection in the database, and then you can, do all the processing in database. Sumit Rashmi, is it okay to directly start with ADE instead of knowing Azure Cloud? You should at least know the basic stuff of Azure, like what is cloud and what are the file systems and small related things you should know. Then you can start with the Azure Data Engineering concept, even though it comes into Azure Data Engineering only. But at least if you have a basic stuff of basic knowledge of these technology, and also if you're good in SQL and Python, then it would be easier for you to understand the things in Azure Data Engineering. At least you should have something in your bucket, then you can start with it. Madhi Magudu, in this case, I can move it to AWS Gen 2. Yes, you can move it to. Devashish Panda, if I join an existing project, how the sandbox gets set up? I mean, local development environment, just like any other technology. No, you can use free version of Azure portal. You have to register from your email ID, or else if you have your college ID, then you can log in via that, and then you will be having around 100 credits or $200 credits, depends on the account which you are choosing, and then you can do all the, you can practice there. And I can say $100, it's more than enough to practice Azure. Debashish Panda, then there how the local environment gets set up. Why do you want a local environment if you can do the things over the cloud only? Why do you need that? Nasima Reddy, can you teach some real world data engineering project ADF plus ADLS plus Synapse from starting to end? YouTube is filled with AWS. Nasima Reddy, the course which I have built, so it is on the real time project only, but at least you have to know the basic stuff of Azure Data Engineering, like what is data lake, what is blob, how we can create a copy activity, the simple steps you should know. If I talk about Azure Data Factory, right, so you should know at least what is Databricks, what is, sorry, if I talk about Azure Data Factory, then you should know what is link service, what is integration and time. All those things you should know, at least the basic stuff. In this project, what I have shown you, I shown you the concept, or we can say the tip and tricks which we can use while building the project, and it is completely like from end to end, from analysis phase to the till the CI/CD pipelines. So it is a very good project. You can also take it if you want to learn things. Chandranshu Yadav, do we need programming skills like Python or SQL for become? Yes, you need Python and SQL at least. This is a prerequisite. And if you want to become an Azure data engineer, or any data engineer if you want to become, but at least you should know Python or SQL. This is the base of data engineering. Rakesh Panchala, how to get null values replaced by negative random values. How to get null values replaced by negative random values. You can use case when, right? You can use case when system. Swagat Dash, can we create free trial account multiple times using same card? I'm not sure 100% using same card can you do or not, but different mail you can do. Somanpati, is there any plan to include Snowflake on this project? As of now, no, Somanpati, because it is totally on Azure. Okay, and moving forward, I will create a new project there. I will include end to end on Snowflake. As of now, no, because I am dumping data into Azure Synapse and SQL databases. I'm not using Snowflake. Mohit Sharma, how many use case will be covered? Uh, okay, Mohit Sharma, you asked me how many use case will be covered. So there is a one project where I covered many use case. Okay, let me tell you the scenario. Okay, suppose you have a source. Okay, let's say it could be a SQL database, or it could be a blob. Let's assume we have blob. There we have, like, in one container we have five files present as of now. Okay, and your client said ki, hey Mohit, I want to dump those five files into the source location. It could be, you know sorry, to the sync location. It could be of SQL database or file system only, or let's say gen 2. Now you have to create a copy activity, right? If you are very beginner, what you will do, you will create five data sets, you will create five copy activities. Okay, if you know something, then what you will do, you will start a loop, and you will dump the things over there. If you know something better, then you will use get metadata activity, है ना? And then what you will do, you will just take out those file names and then put it into this location using for loop. But there is a scenario where your client is saying, today we have five files, and tomorrow maybe I will upload more files, let's say 10 or 20 files in the same container, in the same location. But the twist is that you have to only take out 10 files, right? You have to only take out 10 files out of the 20 files. What will you do then? You cannot live with the get metadata activity, right? Or you cannot live with the array which you have mentioned over the ADF. Then what you will do, you will again change the ADF pipeline. You do some do some development, then you raise a PR, then you will deploy the same thing to the production, then your work will be done. So these things I have covered, like how we can optimize this, how we can reduce the dev work in, some, if some other requirements also come in the future. So these type of things I have covered in this project. This is only for ADF as of now. I did the same thing in our database, because see, reading the data, writing the data, what is broadcast join, what is cache, everyone knows about it. Okay, you can learn it from any website, any YouTube channel. In this project I shown you the tip and tricks how you should do the work, so that the resources will be less, and you will not do multiple works in the future also. How can you reduce your development work? How can you reduce your deployment work? Devashish Panda, I'm learning ADE concepts. However, post cracking interview, once I join any existing project of, let's say, company A, how there I would be able to get old and existing code in my subscription. So in this project, I have told you that we will saving the code into the Git. Okay, so you can save the same thing in your Git account. Okay, and once you move to the any other company, you can just clone the project, clone the repository, and then you can start working on it. Neeraj Kumar, Swagat no, Swagat Dash no. Okay, Rakesh Panchula, in your project, error handling part is there or not? Error and handling part, what does it mean, Rakesh? Swagat Dash, I am using free tier. Pipeline line successful and run time run ID. So I did not include as of now the things which you're asking, Rakesh, but I'm planning to do via Logic app or using a Python script also, so that where we can get the alerts, to the emails that these many pipelines have been failed within like tomorrow, within like today, something like that. Now it is not included, but it's a easy concept. It's not a very big concept. You can easily do via Logic app. Many videos are there. So I actually included something new in this project, not the things which is already present. So I can also include this Logic app, the things which you are asking, Rakesh, but I will think of it in the later videos, but not now. Swagat Dash wanted to know how can we create new fiat account in Azure as one's account will expire after 1 month. Uh, it will not expire after 1 month. It is validated, I guess, till 12 months only. It depends on your credits. If you use your all the credits, then you will not be able to use it. And if this not the case, then you have to pay. Somanpati, what will be the monthly average cost for practice purpose? I have availed free trial multiple times. Now I need to pay. So just wanted to know. If you use only ADF data, blob storage, data lake, Gen 2, it will not cost you much. Okay. But if you use Azure Databricks, also the premium wala thing, then it will cost you a lot. And if you use also database SQL pools, then it will cost a lot. I would suggest don't buy this. It's better that you can you can what you can do that you can create a new account and then you can do everything. Or else if you have a company's account, then you can create a resource group over there for the testing purpose or for some POC purpose. Then you can do your project over there, and then if someone asks you in your company, then you can say that, hey, I have done this because of some POC. Mohit Sharma, automation of pipeline. It is there, Mohit Sharma, automation of pipeline. As I told you, right? See, from ADF, we are dumping the data into the data lake. Then from data lake, I'm dumping data into cleanse. I have done some. I have created some automation checks. Where we can we can check the count of the previous day and compare with the today's date. If it is something like, if it is very very huge, then I can say ki, hey, the data is not correct, then I can fail the pipeline. And then I will move to the mart layer, then I will move to the publish layer, then I will move to the logic app layer, then I will move to the automation account layer, then I will move to the power bi layer, then I will move to the CI/CD layer. So everything is set up over there. I hope that you know of all of those things, but you do not know how to use in the project, what are the scenarios over there. Database is available only for 14 days, premium wala, but you can also use a community edition which is free. I have created SQL pools. SQL pools in the sense I have created SQL databases. I have also created Synapse, Azure Synapse data warehouse in my free tier only. But yes, for the database, it is only valid for 14 days. You can use any resources, almost any resources, not all the resources, almost any. Neeraj Kumar, sometimes database engines are not available in our Azure region. How to handle that issue? Sometimes database engines are not available in our Azure region. Then how to handle this? I don't think so. In database, we have a disaster handle things. If the region is down, then I don't think so. You can able to use it because I also see the same issue in my database in my company. Then the Microsoft team has to resolve the issue, and then only I can work on it. Hey Rakesh, copy activity, explain difference of preserve hierarchy, flatten hierarchy. I have used this compression level things. I told you about this, what we can do, but I did not told you in the deep. This is a project. I am continuously saying this is a project where you can build your end-to-end pipelines. I hope that you know about all these things. You can learn from any of the website, any from the YouTube. This copy activity, what is schedule triggers, what is integration runtimes. I hope that you know about this, then only you take my course. Otherwise you do not take my course. All these things are free. Why would I just repeat the same thing? Prabhat Das, what all tools technology we would get to see in your end-to-end project? Hey Prabhat Das, you can also go to my website. There everything is mentioned. Okay, so let me tell you. I will be using Azure Blob Storage. I will be using Azure Data Lake Gen 2. I will be using ADF. I will be using Azure Key Vault. I will be using Azure Databricks. I will be using Azure Database. I will be using Azure Data Warehouse, that is data Synapse. I will be using Automation Runbook. I will be using Logic App. I will be using Power BI. I will be using GitHub. I will be using Azure DevOps. Rakesh Panchala, I'm already taken your course. Sagar, it's good. Thank you, Rakesh. So you will get to see the new things. See, in this course, I did not tell you which is already present. Why would I, charge you this much amount because which is already present, right? So I tried to show you something new and unique, which is not present over the internet. Like 90-80% those things are not present. Pratik Kumar, can we showcase same project? See, to be honest, you can show the same project. See, whenever you are giving an interview, interviewer will ask you the scenarios or the architecture, what did you done in your last company, something like that, right? So you can show this project, how we can reduce the pipelines, how we can reduce the number of pipelines, how you reduce the error messages, something like that. In this project, I have shown you the same thing, but you cannot tell ki hey, I have used their flight data, I have used their airlines data. You can twist with your company's data, and then you can take the scenarios, and then you can say ki ha, I have done via this ways. Neeraj Kumar, see, if your data breaks, what I know, I am also not 100% sure your data breaks have some capacity, have some quota. Okay, suppose in your company or in your workspace there will be 10 what we can say 10 clusters. Okay, and you can think of it, 5 clusters having very big configuration, and 2 clusters and 5 clusters are having very less configuration. So, and all those 10 clusters are running. Okay, now you can think, if those 5 clusters are very heavy and they are doing heavy processing, then maybe your 6 cluster will not work. So it is depend on the quota. कोटा ही आप पूरा कर ले रहे हो, कोई आपका दूसरा बंदा ही काम कर लेगा, then you will not be doing any work, right? Rakesh Raut, is the project for freshers, but having some experience in Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks at least. Mohit Sharma, same project we can portray based on our domain. Yes, Mohit Sharma. Satek Mohanty, hi Sagar, I want to change my career as early as possible. I have completed your ADF playlist, around 20% of your ADB. Do you suggest taking the course? Now I should complete ADB first. ADB, if you have know how to read the files, how to write the files, what are the file formats, and what is mount point, what is delta table. If you know all those things, then I can say Sarthak, you can start my course. All Prabhat Das, also need to know the sources type CSV, packet, Excel text or data is used. Reason is people are more interested to know if sources are not the common one like CSV. I have used their CSV files. I have used their zip files. Under zip folder, you will be having CSVs. Then I have used PDF files. I have used JSON files, and then I have used tables. All these 4 or 5 things I have used, and then at the last I also use Pykit in the sense delta format using autoloader. If you know about autoloader, I have used that one also. This is used for the streaming processes, but we can also use the autoloader concept for our batch processing. I have used that. I did not tell you much because, as I told you, right, I think that you know about this. What is CSV, what is Parquet, what is Excel is not supported actually in Databricks, or not Databricks, Apache Spark. So you can ignore this Excel part. At least you should know CSV Parquet text में difference क्या होता है, and then ORC and Avro also. These things you can learn it from anywhere. Prabhat Das, I'm just continuously saying the same thing. My quota was completely available, but in my zone cluster were not available. So Neeraj, is it the free version or what? You are talking about your company's Databricks or your personal Databricks? Paid one. Neeraj Kumar, paid one. So paid one, I am not sure. Sorry. If it is paid, then you should not receive this kind of error. You can contact to your to the Databricks team. I am not completely sure about it. Sarthak, any questions? Thank you, Prabhat. Rakesh, any questions? Thank you, Neeraj. I'm not completely sure about the issue, so it's better that you can ask the Databricks team or Azure team. If it is a free version, then I can say you may face the issue, but if it is a paid version, then you should not. Rakesh Panchala also end-to-end SQL project also we need. Why do you need SQL project? I mean, I'm not understanding. It is if you know Azure Data Engineering project, then you do not need a SQL project. You are going to apply a job for Azure Data Engineering, not for the SQL data analyst. Hello everyone, please post your questions in the chat. Tung, 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 tung. Anyone else, please ask questions. Hey Neeraj, any questions? Prabhat, any question? Explain incremental load with last modified date. Okay, I will do that. I have also told the same thing in my project at the last when I was copying the data from, from the data lake to the mart layer, sorry, to the published layer, that is the SQL database or SQL data warehouse. I have told you the same thing, that I will use a merge statement over there, or the upsert statement. As of now, I'm just simply copying the data from one place to another, but I will cover that part also, Rakesh. Uma M. Do Database PySpark related project? Yes. Yes, Uma, it is related to Databricks and PySpark. PySpark, you can say it is related to Database, and there I have used PySpark and Spark SQL also. And then it is related to ADF also. It is related to SQL Data Warehouse also, and Logic App and other tools also. Like, it is not only related to Databricks and PySpark. Not visible anything, sir. Sorry, it's me. Actually, there is some issue in my webcam, so I'm not able to turn on my video. Sorry for that. You can post your questions over here. Satak Mohanty, is it one end-to-end project or more than that? It is one end-to-end project, but I have shown you what you can say, everything which is related to this project. Okay, like, when you are totally working on Azure environment, you have to use multiple resources. Okay, like, say in your company, your company is using Azure, so maybe they are also using ADF, they are using Azure Databricks, they are also using Azure Synapse, maybe they are using a Logic App also to send emails and other automation, maybe they are using automation scripts also, that is called PowerShell script. Maybe they are also using Power BI, how we can link the Power BI with the with the Databricks or SQL data warehouse. And then how will you do a CI/CD pipeline? What does it mean? That how will you move the code from your dev environment to the UAT environment to the production environment? So if you tell the same thing to the interviewer, that hey, I know all these steps, like how we can source the data, how we can clean the data, how we make the pipelines ready with the efficient pipelines, where you are not what we can say, uh, making a multiple pipelines, reducing pipelines, reducing cost of the of the company, then definitely it will help you a lot in your interview side, because companies want someone who knows everything from the end to end. It is not something like that, hey, I know only ADF, then database tum kar lena. No, no one will take this type of guys. If I know everything, at least the basic also I know, then the company will take me. Yes, Atak, I will send it in 10 minutes. Uma M, any questions? It's me, any question? Satak, I hope you are clear. Difference between Synapse pipeline versus ADF. Synapse pipeline is a workspace where you will be having everything in place, like Databricks, ADF, data warehouse, everything over there only. ADF is something separate thing, separate workspace, and you can say Synapse is a workspace where you will be having a child like ADF, database, data warehouse, database, ADLS, everything. If you know ADF, you can easily learn Synapse pipeline. That is not a very big deal. And Synapse actually people are using nowadays. Synapse I'm using nowadays, but it is something like, where, I mean, what I can say, if you have a big team, 30 people, 40 people, then we should use our Synapse. Otherwise, we should not use Synapse. Thank you. It's me. It's a great to know that you are loving my videos. I hope that you will also love, if you also love my project, if you are liking my videos, on YouTube, then you will definitely love love this project. There's something unique which I told you. I hope that no one knows as of now how we can reduce the things. And because at the time of interviewer will ask you, how did you reduce your jobs? How did you reduce the cost? Those kind of things. Shubham Patnaik, can I take this course? I currently work with only SQL, but I also have a basic understanding of ADF. And yes, Shubham, you can take this course if you know at least ADF may link, what is link service, what is data sets, what is integration runtime, how we can copy the data from one place to another, and other stuff. If you know at least the basic, then you can take this course. And then if you know Azure data bricks also, like, what is mount point, how we can read the data, write the data, what is delta table, what is different between managed table and the external table, all those stuff, if you know, then you can surely take this. Deepak Kish Sagar, please give us a discount on your project. Surely, Deepak, I'm just gonna send a coupon code for 10 learners. You can sign up. Give me some time. I'm just preparing it as of now. And please also give me a feedback, honest feedback, over the my Telegram group, or over the LinkedIn, or you can also personally ping me that, hey Saga, this is not a good, or this is very good, so that I will improve. Uh, right. So feedback is very, very important for me. Lins, does debit card work for getting a Azure free trial? I have tried few card, but it's never worked. I am not sure. I did not use a debit card there, so sorry. I am not sure. I do not have any idea. See, there is a different way. What I can say, if you have any your brother, sister, anyone who is working I mean, who is studying, right, in a college, then they might have some college ID. So take that college ID and put it over there. Okay, then you will get, you then you do not need to add any credit cards detail and pan card details, anything over the portal. You can simply take it very easily. Deepak, there is any relation between SAS key and mount point? SAS key, SAS key is what? See, you are the client, okay? You want to give me an access for certain period. Let's say till today you want me to give the access for today, till today only. Then you will generate a SAS key for me and saying that this is the expiry date. And else we have mount point also. Mount point is something like you have what we can say, you have a TV in your home, right? There you have a mount backside of the TV. So what is mount point? Like something creating a connection which is fixed only. Like you do not need to create multiple times a mount point in your project. Kunal Nair, hi, I follow your LinkedIn. Really great content. Thank you, Kunal. It's me, not audible. I have 1 year experience in the backend. How should I my guru should be in order to get a job as data engineer? What kind of technology or software should I know? You can watch my previous video Linux. I have explained the same thing, but you can start with SQL, Python, and then you have to work with big data technology. Either it is a Spark or Hive or any other technology. You can also work with it, but at least you know SQL and Python. Amrit, data engineer versus big data engineer, Azure data engineer, or AWS data engineer. Can you please explain a little bit? AWS means a guy will be using only AWS technology. Azure means Azure technology. Big data means big data का only मतलब Spark or Hadoop, everything. And data engineer is just common thing. Anuj, but why don't you make this course free as you always say not to take? Yes, Anuj, you are correct. But in this course, I have explained in very deep and which is not available. And I have also worked a lot to make this course. That's why it is paid. This is in this course, I did not tell you the things which is already available. Okay, now so that's why I have just put some amount, a token amount, and I that's why I just put it some token amount. And even though the price is very less as compared to others, uh, company or whatever it's in, other guys who are selling the course of 10,000 or something like that. I just wanted to ask what Anuj Raut, do you know? Do you already know SQL, Python, Databricks, ADF? Then yes, I can give you the I mean some discount for the college students too. If you have your friends also ready to take this course, then surely I will do that. Plus, sir, please make course free for a student like me. Okay, I will give a discount. Uh, it's me also for the students who are studying in a college. Kunal, I just wanted to ask whenever I get the question, have you used Data Factory in interview? I usually say I have used, but not only basic tool as I usually work in database. Yes, Kunal, uh, what more complex project should I do in Data Factory? See, in Data Factory, there will not be a very much work. Okay, so what you can say that hey, there was some pipeline which was taking like say 15 or not 15, you can say 30 minutes. Then I reduce that pipeline. Okay, and I bring that time from 30 minutes to 10 minutes. Then the interviewer will ask you the scenario or the concept what you applied. Then you have to tell that concepts. Or else what you can also say that there were multiple pipelines present, multiple linked lists present, multiple key data sets are present. Then what I did, I optimized this, I removed unwanted things, I created a parameterization of a concept over there. Then I reduced multiple pipelines. So we have actions over there, right, in Data Factory. Each action, or not action, I can say each activity have some cost. Even though if you are not running your pipeline, you will have some cost, even it is in cents only, but at least you will have. So if you have 100 or 200 extra pipeline present over your workspace, right, then it will cost you more. So that's the reason you can say like this, ki, hey, I have reduced these many pipelines. I have created parameterization method, JSON method, get me the data activity method. Then I have also optimized the data load. It was taking like 20 30 minutes before. Then I optimize it. I make it to this much. That much you can say like that. Who else? Deepak, can you upload some short content of your course so we will get an idea? I have already uploaded, Deepak. You can check my latest video. Yukesh, I am studying data engineering and I am sure about the basic. But I am start doing any okay. When I start doing any project, I get stuck and I get more unmotivated and don't know what to do. Can you please suggest where to start in which order? See, at least you have to start from Python. Okay. Okay, leave Python. First you start from SQL, basic SQL, then go for the Python. Then you can work with Spark technology, because Spark is nowadays very boom. Okay, you should know Spark. And then you can switch to any cloud. If it is AWS, if it is something like that, you can go via order by order. Once it is done, then you can also learn Power BI, Tableau, Quick View, something like that. We have reporting tool, right? You can learn those things also. Once it is done, then you have to move to CI/CD pipeline. I'm not saying ki you will learn everything in DevOps. No, at least you know what resources you are using. If you are using what we can say database, you should know how to deploy the database from one resource to, sorry, one as environment to different environment. You should know at least that part. है ना? What is build, what is release, what is artifact. Those stuff at least you should know. So you see, you can say कि hey, I know this ADF, I know ADF end to end. कि मुझे सोर्स भी कर लेता हूँ, मैं हर चीज़ कर लेता हूँ, मैं डिप्लॉय भी कर दूँगा। तो कंपनी विल टेक यू, राइट? यू विल से, "हे, आई ओनली एडी आई नो एडीएफ बट आई डू नॉट नो DevOps का थिंग्स. I do not know how to deploy the things." So maybe you will not be selected. Yes, Linux, is there any way Docker Kubernetes is being used in data engineering to reduce the cost? They create their own VMs. Kunal, yes, okay, thanks a lot for the info. That's a great way to answer.